You don't have a motivation problem. You have a waiting issue. I know. You're waiting for the feeling of being motivated. And that habit is slowly training your body and your mind to never act unless it feels that specific experience, that sensation, to ever do anything. And that is what's going to lead you into this really bad negative feedback loop. Now, I'm going to show you a system that's my own that works even on days where at least I don't feel like it does, but it's very effective. It does work even when I feel like I'm not moving forward. I'm moving forward. This is what a low motivation, exhausted, tired day looks like. It's boring. It's not some sort of crisis. It's not this quirky, hey, get ready with me. Like, it's nothing special at all. And because of that, this is a real system that can help you implement, even on days like this, that you can keep moving forward. The biggest mistake is people will live like this and do stuff like this, but they are just simply waiting for that sensation, that motivation to kick in so they can start making changes they need.
It's a very short day, so I only have 3 sets of clients today, so I'm tired.
And don't get me wrong, I used to be the exact same way. But here are 3 points that are gonna help you. This is my advice, this is just what works for me. See if it helps you start being in motion and staying in motion without having to rely and wait on that motivating feeling. Number 3 is the real kicker. It's kind of funny. So, number 1 is your starting ritual. With my starting ritual, as you saw, I get up at 3 a.m. I go to the restroom, brush my teeth, get cleaned up, forget to brush my hair. And then I take care of the dogs. And then I make food, I eat breakfast, and I pack my lunch, and then I go to work. Okay? That's my starting ritual. You need a starting ritual because this is going to signal the brain and the body that it's time to get up. Now, there are some days that this doesn't work for me.
We'll go home and we'll work on other projects, and every day's a little different. So we'll go from there. I'm tired. I don't know what I'm saying. I went to get out of the car and then decided I want to do it. I'm tired, and then the lights turned on. I was like, now's a great time to record my true thoughts and feelings. Which is,
It's just a simple fact. Some days it doesn't work for me, not completely. Now, to every extent, it wakes me up, it keeps me moving, and it helps me get to work on time and make sure I have everything that I need. I don't forget my keys, I don't forget my AirPods. Like, I remember my stuff and I get it done. It keeps me moving forward. I don't have to feel motivated to get out of bed, hurry up, eat my nice high-protein breakfast with good amounts of fiber. I just do it. I don't feel motivated. I don't want to do it. I would love to sleep, get up, not even have to go to work. Like, I want to rest. Your starting ritual is where the this massive difference begins.
My morning routine has become very regular and very habitual. Get up, go to the bathroom, deodorant, brush teeth, forgets to brush hair, puts on clothes, puts on shoes, makes breakfast, takes dogs out, packs lunch, etc., etc. Like, it's very nice when I don't have to think about stuff and I can just do it. I want to be able to do big projects, and I want to be really good at guitar. I want to be good at singing, and I want to be a professional boxer at least one time. I want to have one professional match and win.
Now, there's a little bit of an identity or cognitive switch for step 2. Now, what I had realized is that there was just one day I was extremely fed up with not seeing progress with stuff. And because I wasn't seeing progress, I just saw all these other people making progress. And I felt like I was putting in the same effort. And I had this good amount of knowledge. And the thing is I thought it was a motivational issue after a certain extent. I was like, well, clearly I just I'm not staying active when they're staying active, or I don't have what they have, and all this other stuff. And I started blaming all these other factors when in actuality, I just wasn't acting when I should have been acting. I was resting, waiting for the right moment to feel like I'm ready to do all this now. Meanwhile, everyone else was just out there doing it.
Fish sandwiches. Got some sausage with some hash browns for the oven. We're gonna make some eggs in that one.
Is just do it. It is just a choice. It could be something as simple as set a timer on your phone for 5 minutes, which I understand when you're overstimulated. That can be a lot, just setting a timer. I get it. Trust me, I do. Set the timer. Do like the smallest things. Like there's a small piece of trash on the table. Go throw that in the garbage. You have a drink from last night setting out. Grab it, pour it out into the sink, and set the cup in the sink. Like small things will go a big way. Just do it. You know what I'm saying? Just like kind of get in motion. Once I chose to just start acting versus waiting for something to kind of like spark motivation in me, that's where step number 3 really kicks in. It's kind of funny because it feels like you're going back on everything, which is the motivation comes when you're acting. When you're acting and you're moving forward and you're building those good habits and you are just doing the things that you need to be doing, you start feeling motivated to continue, to grow, to improve, to do more, because you're in motion. Objects in motion tend to stay in motion. Do not wait for a perfect season, wind, rain, or shine. You're supposed to just go out and plant. In other words, you'll never reap the harvest. So all that is, you need to start acting because the motivation will come, but you can't wait for it. You have to earn it through action, through decision, through choice. So that's those 3 things is where that change starts occurring.
Vlog, it's almost 10 a.m. so I've been going hard in the paint for almost 7 hours now.
Okay, so what happens when this doesn't work? Because not every day is going to be a perfect day, and some days are even going to be worse than the bad days. We all know that. We're going to be tired. We're going to be exhausted. We're going to feel like we've given everything that we can. My system sometimes, even on really rough days, does not get me by. I have one rule when that happens, is I choose 5, maybe 10 minutes if I have enough energy. And I set a timer, like I mentioned, and I just start something. I don't have to finish it. I don't have to make a checkpoint. It is a timed amount. Just do this and you're good, right? That's what's getting me to at least move. Create a positive feedback loop of, if I move, I might stay in motion. And some days I get 5 minutes in and I'm done. I go lay down, I sit down. If it happens when I'm at work, I go chill in the break room for an hour if I have a gap between clients. I don't do anything. I do what I can, and I give myself at minimum 5 minutes to see if I can get it kick-started. And it might help you, that just a little bit. You don't have to finish it, no pressure. Just 5 minutes of intentional choices and action. You don't have to finish anything. It makes a very big difference. Motivation isn't a horrible thing, and it's not a bad thing to chase, right? It's not terrible. It's just, if you're relying on it to show up at the beginning to get you moving and start changing your life, it will never happen. That is a guarantee. That is a promise. What you want is a shorter time between deciding and acting. Once you're able to be like, I'm gonna do that, and then you do it, versus like, I want to do that, and then it's been a year and all of a sudden now you're like, okay, now I'm gonna start learning guitar. Now I'm gonna start getting in shape for the summer. Now I'm gonna start taking my health serious. Now I'm gonna start reading more books to keep my mind sharp. Now I'm gonna, okay, listen, we've heard it. You just need to decide something and really shorten the time between making that decision and acting on it. It's as simple as that. Because honestly, that's not a motivational problem or anything like that. It's just a systems problem. You don't have an operating system where it's point A, point B, point C, point D, etc., etc., etc. You need to be able to fix the systems, because it's not a motivational thing. It's a systems thing. We've all heard it. Everyone's talking about it. Set up a system that's going to help you structure. Remember my 3 points that I made earlier. Utilize those to help build your own personal system. What's going to work for me is not going to work one for one for you. You have to play around with it. This is just a template or a light structure for you to give a try and see if it helps you start making a difference in your life. I promise it's literally just as simple as taking action. And to break it down into subdivisions, you know, you need to be able to have your starting routine. You need to have somewhat of a cognitive or an identity switch where it's about acting, not feeling, or trying to relate to the moment. Like, there are times and places for that, but you can feel that when it comes. You need action. You need decision, short turnaround, acting upon that, so on and so forth. That's what makes all the difference of a successful routine to an unsuccessful routine. And then eventually you finally get the motivation you've been looking for because you're seeing it, you're working it, you're living it, you're having it, you're experiencing it. So your body's going to be motivated to do more, or at least maintain what you're currently doing, which is great. So, with all that being said, keep it simple, but keep it consistent. I hope this helps. It's kind of fun. If you guys want this full vlog without me talking over it, let me know. But anyway, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will see you all in the next video. Stay growing and stay small, and of course, stay silly. I will catch you all in the next video. Till then, later. Shimmy, 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 shwoo.